Signature Scout and Rebound Horsemanship out here another beautiful day in North Carolina. I'm going to talk to you today about an exercise that I call my cruising exercise. My cruising exercise kind of comes from back in my younger days when I used to cruise the dirt roads. I used to cruise the back country roads back when gas was a lot cheaper. And I'd spend a lot of time on this mountain called Mount Huff in Plumas County, California. And got stuck a lot of times up there too. But I would just go cruising on these dirt roads, on these logging roads, and if there was a well-traveled road going to the right, well, I'd go to the left. Or if there was a well-traveled road going to the left and there's a brushy, craggy, muddy road to the right, well, I'd just turn that truck to the right and I'd go down that kind of less beaten path. The cruising, I'll do it at the walk, the trot. You can definitely do it at the canter. I actually do it at the canter on some horses. It helps me with flying lead changes, very natural flying lead changes. But I'll do this horse at the walk and the trot. And what I'm going to do is just meander around. I'm just going to cruise around. And if she wants to go to the left, well, I'm going to pick my reins up and kind of bring them. If she's going to the left, I'm going to kind of pick my reins up, bring them back to my right hip. Suggest rocking the weight back onto the haunches, and I'm going to turn to the right. If she's going to the right, then I'll just kind of pick those reins up, go over to my left hip, rock that weight back, and turn left. And this really helps the horse stay straight. Causes the horse to figure out their balance, causes the horse to figure out where they're placing their feet, and it really helps in keeping a horse between your legs and between your reins. I'm not going to focus on any head position. I'm just going to kind of focus from the withers back. I'm going to focus on her feet and her straightness. She'll put her head where she needs to put her head without me interfering. This is a little bit different exercise than what I would do on a young horse that I'm just getting a few rides on, or a horse that I might be transitioning. Say I started the horse in a hackamore and I was transitioning it to a snaffle bit for the owner. When I'm teaching horses in that kind of a scenario, it's actually the opposite of the cruising exercise. When I'm doing that, if the horse goes to the left, well, I'll turn to the left. Horse is going to the right, well, I'll turn to the right, and I'll turn my body and use my reins, but I'll turn the direction the horse wants to go. That way there's no fight in it, and that way it's much easier for the horse to understand. But in the cruising one, I'm turning the opposite direction. So you'll see me out here. I'm going to start out at the walk, and then I'll pick up the trot, and we'll see what happens and see if anything shapes up. Going to the left, so my reins are going to come back to the left, and we walk off. Any direction she chooses, we're going the opposite. So she's already going to the left a little bit. Right. This is also a great exercise for slowing a horse down. If you want to slow them down and you don't want to take away their hips, you don't want to do small little circles, you can just change direction on your horse. At some point, when you're changing direction, they have to slow down. And the degree of turn that I do, if I'm helping a horse slow down, the degree of turning that I do is based upon how fast they're going. If I'm asking for a trot and they pick up a canter, well, I might turn them 90 degrees or even sharper. But if they're just kind of dribbling a little bit faster than I wanted to, then I would just turn a little bit shallower. Walking, turning. And I try really hard not to hang on my horse's mouth. So I'll kind of initiate that turn, but I'm not going to hold the reins for the whole turn. I'll kind of get that ball rolling, get that momentum tipped, and I'm going to let go of the reins. Because I want my reins to mean something. If you want your reins to mean something, don't be holding on to them and hanging on to them the whole entire turn, or the whole entire maneuver. We'll kind of get in and get out. Walking on. Riding with a lot of focus, because I want her to be cued in to my focus and cued into my legs, cued into my reins, kind of staying between my hands, staying between my reins, staying between my legs. Drifting to the right, so we'll turn to the left here. And some things that I am looking for, I said I'm not looking for the head, but some things that I am looking for is that weight to be rocked back. A little bit better that time. Weight to be rocked back. A little bit better that time. That's a little bit better. All right, so now we'll just pick up the trot. See what happens here. We're already going to the left, so we're going to the right. want an engaged turn. They can rock their weight back, start to relax a little bit. They can rock their weight back, but be engaged. So I want to engage the hind end as opposed to disengaging the hind end. Feel very balanced. Disengaging is not a balancing maneuver. Engaging is a balancing maneuver. That's looking pretty good. Shift my focus to the right, open up my right leg. That's not bad. A lot on, and I was kind of expecting her to be a bit more energetic, but I'll do this a lot on energetic horses. Just kind of cruise with them, ride with them, improving my seat, riding a horse that might be going a little bit faster than I want. To the right. Because it doesn't really bring a fight into it. I'm not being too particular. We're just cruising. We're just out for a Sunday drive, just out there burning some diesel. After a little while, and not even that much time, your horse will relax. They'll start to stretch down. Your turns will get better. You'll follow your seat better. You can probably tell already that I'm still using my reins, yes, but I'm getting out much quicker. I'll use my reins to turn, of course, but as soon as she's turning or thinking about turning, I'm getting out of the reins. So, there's my thought. There's my thought. As soon as she's thinking turn, I'm getting out. And already I'm able to get out sooner. Right, one-handed. Better. When they start speeding up, we turn them. And it makes a lot of sense to the horses. It can calm a horse down pretty quick. And it's a great exercise that I use a lot for keeping a horse between my legs, between my reins, for them just to kind of maintain gait, settle into the gait, and just cruise with me on a nice sunny afternoon.